So I decided that I'm just gonna start calling things haram when I say when they seem haram. And I noticed that people don't like to mind what they're saying. It's really fascinating. So I go to the gym, obviously, like I like the gym, and inside the gym there's the sauna. Now the sauna is a weird place because what happens in the sauna is like it's a bunch of grown men who are sitting there and they're just talking, and they'll talk for 20 minutes, talk 20 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. They don't really know each other. But the weird thing that happens is things start to slip out. So you'll say something, and then somebody will make a comment. Usually men make like locker room jokes, like this girl, that girl. And I find that kind of conversation haram. And the reason why I find it to be like a beneath, it's a degenerate way of speaking of another person. It's like the way men talk about their lady friends and their lady relationships. It makes you think like maybe the society doesn't really respect the freedom that they say that the women in this culture have. I think that they objectify them, and I think that it's haram to do that. So I like calling things. I think it's a perfect word. Like things that are haram are haram, and it's just that's it. I can't do this. It's haram. So listen, I'm not saying anything, but what I am saying is like I enjoy the limitations of saying I can't do that because it's not good for me. And like for example, like alcohol, like I've decided that I'm not going to drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. And the reason why I don't drink alcohol, I don't think it's like a religious thing. The reason why I don't drink is because it's legitimately bad for me. It poisons me. It's a poison that they're giving you. Alcohol is a poison that feeds on your dopamine receptors and makes you feel like, wow, this is so great, like just like any drug. And it like dulls your senses. It dulls your understanding of what's going on. It makes you more animalistic. It really, what it does is shut down prefrontal cortex behavior. Prefrontal lobes here, the part that you think with. So I don't drink anymore. And the reason why I don't drink really is because it's not good for me for my training. Because I like to train MMA, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. And I find that when I drink, my body isn't as in sync as when I don't drink. So if you think about it, your body is legitimately, your body is legitimately a temple. It's a temple. It's the insides. This is you. This is you. You're on the internal. You're experiencing the world as you're experiencing it. But it's your experience, how you're experiencing the world. I know I said experience a lot. But it's your experience. Now, the Muslims and the Christians and like all these religions, even like the Hindus and the Buddhists, they all say that this thing is a place in which you live inside. So let's just say, like right now, I have a business. I am a salesman, but I'm a salesman. But even if I wasn't a salesman, would I still be me? What about when I was a child? Was I me? And the adult version of me is still me. So the thing that's staying constant is I'm still me, which means that I'm living inside of my body. That's true. So I'm experiencing this universe with my own subjective experience. I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. Now, the subjective experience is based off of your senses. If you don't treat yourself properly, your senses get dulled, and then you don't get to experience this world properly. I'll give you an example, right? If you are eating junk food, I know that there's a strong correlation between junk food and feeling like crap. So if you eat junk food and you feel like crap, you'll have a different experience of this world as if you didn't eat junk food and didn't feel like crap. So you can change your perspective on the universe depending on how you deal with your temple. Imagine these eyes, your eyes, well, not these eyes, but these eyes on me, your eyes on you. Those eyes, they get to experience the world. They get to experience the world. But this is the thing about being soul with the blind. Being blind with the soul. This is the thing about being blind with the soul, but that's a different conversation. What I'm saying right now is you can understand the world through your subjective elements. Which means that you have your eyes are like windows to the soul, and the way the soul, the experiencer, gets to see the world. So if you don't take care of your temple, the windows are all going to be foggy. There's going to be crap on the windows and stuff on the windows, and then before you know it, you won't be able to see the world properly. Isn't this what they would call spiritually blind? Maybe the point is to clean the windows. So I think that there's a hadith where the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, where he said that the prayer, I'm assuming it's the salah, but I'm sure people will correct me here, but the prayer is like, how does it go? Shoot, man, I don't want to paraphrase, but it goes like this. It goes like this. Like, I don't know what it is, so please find it for me if you can. But I can't pull up the videos. But your soul is the experience of the world. And when you do sin, sin is the thing that you do when you miss the mark in which you aimed for. So when you do evil into the world, things that are bad, things that are haram. When you do haram, what you do is you're putting dirt on your soul, and then you stop your ability to see. So what prayer is you're cleaning out the soul. You're wiping it down. So what you're doing, you're cleaning the windows in which you see the world. It's all the same thing. It all fits in the same way. I'm sorry if I messed up that hadith, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And if somebody will post it here, or maybe I will be able to find it. In other news, I needed to take some time to understand what I was reading. I think that there's a lot more to this religious stuff than meets the eye. I think that we're all living in a religious world, but we don't know that we're living in a religious world. People are religious. People are religious about this Trump stuff. People are religious about this Biden stuff or whatever. I don't know who else is running there, but the way I look at it is it's all dunya stuff. So I think that we live in a series of systems, and those systems kind of lock you into these value hierarchies that have nothing to do with God. This is the idea of there being different gods. The biggest sin in the world, missing the mark in which you aimed for, but the biggest sin in the world is to make partners with God. And you would think to yourself, like, what? Why would I make partners with God? I'm going to pray to some statue? That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that the people from before were stupid. And you're smarter. We're all stupid. We're all stupid. So when you're not praying to a statue, but have you been to a concert? Look what everyone's doing. They're screaming for a human being. They see a celebrity. What is that? They're following somebody. They are an idol. American Idol. But the idol is a representation of something. What is that idol representing? This is the competition between God and that thing. So you're idolizing something. And then you idolize the dunya. But that leads you nowhere, which is the neuroscience of dopamine. And the dopamine is just chasing your quick pleasures. Chasing, and you don't get them. Isn't this the dunya? And there's a quote, again, paraphrased totally, that I've heard from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which says that to the non-believer, this place is an illusion and a paradise. Paraphrased, promise. But to the believer, this place can be a prison. Because if you look at the illusion as something that you should always be chasing, you'll fall in love with the illusion. But what if the illusion is just an illusion? What if the illusion isn't real? What if you're a soul in this body, and this body comes from the earth, but the soul comes from the source? And your job on this planet is to experience God's green earth. You get to experience how the world looks. So, with that being said, maybe one of the goals should be to not to do harm to other people. To keep your soul in check. There's going to be tests. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be negative and there's going to be positive. It's going to happen. Try to see where the negative takes you. Does it destroy your soul? Are you weak? When good things happen, do you become arrogant or are you thankful? That was a fun one today. Cool. Thanks for listening, guys.